Our next guest this evening is Kaylee Seely. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. She is the head of Immersive at Pearson Lab, leading immersive technology initiatives at Pearson's Immersive Strategy, with a focus on creating transformative learning experiences. Kaylee spearheads projects that blend cutting-edge technology with pedagogical research. And with that, I will hand it over to Kaylee.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Hey, everybody. So happy to be here. As you mentioned, my name is Kaylee Seely. I am head of Immersive within Pearson Labs, which, yes, is part of the global learning company Pearson that you may have heard of. If you haven't ever heard of Pearson, I can give you a quick overview. Basically, our mission is to help people realize the life they imagine through learning. And we do that mainly through our 5 different divisions. So we have everything from K-12 with our Assessments and Qualifications division, as well as Pearson Virtual Schools or Connections Academy, which some people may know it as. We do it through higher education, through our courseware and content in higher education. We also have a language learning side of the company, and then our enterprise learning and skills portion of the company. So really the gambit of lifelong learning, Pearson covers it. So I just wanted to show you my wonderful, beautiful team. So this is our team, Pearson Labs, and what we really do is sort of R&D and prototyping for the future of learning. So we're held within the Central Technology Office, and so we cover all 5 of those divisions that I just talked about, helping to prototype new kinds of experiences, kind of trying to de-risk the future for Pearson by experimenting and really trying out new technologies such as virtual reality, AI, all those sorts of things. I will say too, there are a few people missing from this slide. We just had a few new joiners who are VR engineers. We have a wonderful 3D artist who makes really beautiful stuff, as well as 2 other VR engineers, and then a product manager that are not pictured on this slide. So my apologies to them if they ever see this. I wanted to just kind of give you an overview of how we at Pearson are thinking about immersive technologies. So I wanted to start by level setting on how we define immersive technologies. I think that people define it in a few different ways. But for us at Pearson, as it relates to learning, immersive technologies are any digital innovation that create or enhance a sense of presence and engagement by blending physical and digital worlds. So those are our 2 key words, is presence and engagement. And we believe that can be realized through what you normally think of as immersive technology, so virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. But it also includes things like virtual worlds, so things like Frame that we're in right now, right? Like this 3D virtual environment that you can interact with and walk around. Things like Roblox and Fortnite are included in our definition. We also include things like holographic displays, anything that's 3D. I was at AWE earlier this year and saw Sony, I think it is, or Samsung has a 3D monitor that can actually like change into a topographical map, like a 3D screen. So that would be included because it again creates and enhances a sense of presence and engagement, as well as sensory technologies. So things like haptics and olfactory, immersive sound, all those sorts of things. So when I talk about immersive technology, I very specifically use the phrase immersive technology instead of things like XR or the metaverse, because our definition of immersive is a little bit wider than some people may think it is. So what that means for Pearson in our context, we really focus our approach to immersive based on 3 sort of key pillars. The first, and there's a reason it's at the top, is efficacy. So everything that we do at Pearson should be efficacious for learning. So that means that decision makers can trust in the efficacy of immersive learning because of some of the research that we're doing internally, and we can help build that trust for the industry as a whole. Second is implementation. So I know in education, this is a big one. It's kind of the teacher training gap that has existed ever since immersive first came on the market and still exists to this day. So really, Pearson can help build that confidence for educators in not only how to acquire the technology and how to use the technology, but then what content to create or what content to use in that context. Which leads me to the third one, which is content. So we want to make sure that any experiences that we build in Pearson are impactful and integrate really seamlessly into curriculum, that it's cost effective, it's interactive and engaging, and we have a list of sort of our core content principles that we follow with anything that we build, and then also helping the market and educators as a whole know what those key principles are as they try and implement this in their classroom. We want to help guide educators to be able to use this technology in the best way possible for them and to achieve the right outcomes for both them and their students. So within that efficacy angle, we have just released very recently this infographic for educators, and this is sort of the first kind of efficacy guide that we've released specific to immersive learning, so we're really excited about that. There's a QR code here, so please take a picture, send it to your friends. Definitely keep this conversation going. We want to get this out to as many people as possible. So this is page 1 of 2 of this efficacy guide that's shown on this slide. But basically what the purpose of this is to help educators kind of get that first step into how they should be thinking about immersive and how it should be implemented in their classroom. So all of the different considerations that exist in the immersive space that they can then kind of consider as they're implementing this technology for their learning and their outcomes. And then the other thing that I'll say is that we at Pearson Labs, our key mission is to create the future of education. And we want to do that together with our partners and with our customers and with educators all around the world, right? So if you want to collaborate with us on the future of education and kind of helping us build these prototypes, helping beta test prototypes that we build, we are definitely open to that. And so I have my code up here for my LinkedIn profile. So reach out to me on LinkedIn. Like I said, if you're interested in beta testing, if you have ideas that you want to talk to me about, I am open and happy to have these kinds of conversations.